Hello and welcome everyone, I'm James Rose and this is EU4 1.30 Emperor. It has been a long time since I've done an EU4 game and this is such a huge patch. This had to be the time for me to come back to it, on YouTube at least. I'll be honest, I play the game all the time, but this is the perfect time to make some more videos on it, I think, to show off all the new things they've added to the game and things. This will be the first time I'm seeing a lot of this actually in-game. I've watched a few little bits of people playing it since the embargo for it went up, but I've not actually played with the game myself at all before now. So, what we're doing, we are, if I haven't put it in the title of the video, which I probably have, going to be playing as Burgundy and trying to form Lotharingia. Because, honestly, when I was first getting into this game, one of the games I remember, one of the first games where I was really successful, from the standpoint of somebody getting new to the game, was my game where I did the Burgundian Conquest achievement. That was a really fun game, and it's one of the first games I look back on and remember fondly playing. So I think now, with all of the updates to Burgundy, it's basically not been touched since the game came out, all the way back in 2012. Now there's a huge update. They're kind of right in the middle. They're involved with France and they're involved with the HRE. I think it's a great place to see the new update from. So that's what we're going to be doing. With regards to goals for the campaign, I don't have any particular ones in mind. I would like to grab the, Mary of Lotharingium achievement, I think it's called. Basically just have a female ruler or female heir. Not a hard achievement to get. All we really need to do is be Lotharingia and then get a woman on the throne. Other than that though, I don't have any particular goals in mind. I'd like to finish their mission tree, and we'll see as we go along what we feel like doing. I might try and grab some miscellaneous achievements, ones that don't need you to be any particular power. But see, really this is just to look at the new mechanics for the game and just have some fun, really. So obviously we'll be playing on Iron Man mode, as you can see, because I am in the start screen. Unless you believe I've edited the video and lied to you, this is going to be a one-shot wonder. That was just me having a look at some of the new mission trees for the game. What will this be? This will be the Great Burgundian, can't spell, ignore my dyslexia, Conquest. Can't fit. That'll do. Okay, so first thing we want to do is, let's not read through all of that. As much as I do like to go through background, I don't quite fancy reading that giant block of text. There's been a ton of new updates to Catholicism, which we'll need to look at. I don't think the rest of that is too important. Okay, so where are we at? Now, fairly early into the game, we are going to get the... what's it called? I forgot the name of the event now. The Burgundian Succession Crisis. And that will put us in a bit of an awkward position because both Mr. Austria and Mr. France over here, these nasty buggers, are going to want to take our land. So what we need to do before that is take some of theirs. We won't go after Austria directly. What I'm thinking is we will go after France primarily and weaken him as much as possible, strengthening ourselves. That means when the succession hopefully comes around, if we can have already won a good war with France first, he shouldn't be a threat, and then we only need to deal with Austria. To start off with, what's important is our allies. Let's see who doesn't like us. Unfortunately, I was hoping maybe we could ally England. I was hoping with this patch Burgundy and England might rival each other a bit less. Unfortunately, that doesn't look to be the case. Because I'm sure historically in this time period they were allies. Maybe I'm misremembering that, but with the game, I find 90% of my games, England and Burgundy end up rivaling each other. Or at least if you're playing one of them, the AI rivals you. So, we can't unfortunately ally England, so we need to look at who doesn't like France. Aragon doesn't like France. Aragon, who also doesn't like us. Austria, however, would be our ally, which might not be a bad choice. I don't know how that would affect the Burgundian inheritance. That might mean they're less likely to declare war on us later if we are a staunch ally for them up until then. Other than that, well, let's be fair. How many? I only have one diplomatic relation slot anyway, so I think Austria would be our strongest ally here. They would help. They would probably help us fight France once we have the needed favours. What else do we want to do? Well, the main thing for weakening France is to get this League of Public Weal, which means we need to make his subjects like us and not like him. But before that, we need to do the English Alliance mission. And this is why I feel like they need to just edit the code and make it so Burgundy and England are they're not completely unlikely, but less likely to choose each other as rivals, because it makes this mission kind of silly. So how do we complete this? In fact, before we start doing our missions, let's go through and look at everything we've got. One thing I should have said this right at the start. So if you're still watching now, good on you. As I'm playing through the game, what I will be doing is I'll be talking through what I'm doing a lot and why I'm doing it a lot. Because while EU4 has been out for 8 years now, I would imagine right now with 1.30 Emperor having come out, this is the time when you're going to get more people starting up the game, being new to it. So I have a few thousand hours under my belt. I would hardly call myself a master at the game, but I was going to say expert. I'm not even an expert. I know a lot about the game though, and I will do my best to say why I'm doing things as I go along and explain some of the game mechanics and try and help people understand the game better themselves. Anyway, so where are we at? We, unfortunately, do not have a lot of money. A lot of that is down to our forts. We don't have a great income, but we also have a lot of maintenance going out due to forts. I kind of don't want to get rid of our forts. As we say, we are in a bit of a precarious situation. Having a lot of forts, especially, we have no defensive depth here. The enemy, if we go to war with France or people in the HRE, they can pretty much walk all over our land because there are no lines of forts, there are just some odd forts. I think I am tempted to get rid of this one, so I'm going to delete that one straight off. That one, that kind of defends, these two together defend our capital, so in order to get to our capital you have to siege one of these down. So we'll want to leave both of them, and these two, that's next to the sea, which gives it a bit of a bonus. This one's in woods, so that's not too awful. I'm going to keep the rest of them. What we do want to do though is turn them off so that we're not paying for them, and that then means we're making some money again. The other thing we want to do is stop paying our army, and now we're making not a lot but a few ducats. Luckily for us, we do have a good king duke at the start, Philippe here. He's a 555. He is certainly not a bad guy. As far as advisors go, this one. The thing is with advisors, we need to be careful about our money because we want to save up some money. But if we can have guys like this who only cost 0.4 of a ducat, that's certainly worth it. Those guys are 0.8. I don't really, although these are super cheap right now. Although maybe I'm on the fence. Okay, what I'm going to do, I am going to get some of these guys, and I might ditch them later, because we are still in the positive right now, but we're making very little money. However, these guys are super cheap, because we have well connected, which gives a decrease to them, and this guy here is a half price advisor. We're making 999 monarch points, so that is good generation at the start of the game. Let's see, where else are we? I'd say I haven't even played Burgundy for years, and now they've got a ton of upgrades, and the game itself has changed a lot, so I will need to go through slowly for myself as well. We are going to send our alliance offer to Austria. They accept that. That's one change with 1.30, some people might not have realised. Before, when you sent an alliance offer, or any diplomatic offer I believe, the AI would reply the next day. Now they reply on the same day, which doesn't have huge ramifications, but it makes the political game just a bit more easy to understand. Because before, what could happen? I send that alliance, and the next day he decides he doesn't want the alliance, even though it told me he would accept, and that could be annoying in some cases. So that's one small thing they changed. What we do want to do, we definitely want to go to war with France as soon as we can, preferably in the stronger position. So I'm going to rival France because we will be fighting him. Early on, we also get claims on Provence, so Provence is a good rival for us. And let's see, I'm not too concerned about anyone else here. There is England, and England does have some land we could maybe go for, so I think I'm going to stick England on there. Who are England's rivals? So we could potentially make friendly with Castile by allying England, so that wouldn't be a bad thing. Yeah, I'm going to rival England back. I think that's a fair choice, and that'll start getting us a little bit of power projection. Money, we've already been through money. I'm tempted to turn war taxes on. This is a nice little quality of life change for the game. War taxes before, when you were at war, you paid 50 military points. That would give you a... you would then spend less on your army maintenance. Now, with 1.30, and this is only while at war, it's a toggle you can turn on and off whenever. It seems it won't let me turn it back on now, so I don't know if that's on or off. Small bugs, new game, new patch, I guess. I wonder if I let a day... No, I don't let a day go by yet. We have to play the game for at least like half the episode before I unpause, guys. We're 10 minutes in, I haven't unpaused. If we don't get at least another 5 minutes, I'm doing it wrong. Anyway, yeah, that's a toggle now that only happens at war. It costs 2 military power, I believe, a month. I assume it's a month, yeah. And that gives us cheaper maintenance while at war. So that's a nice little quality of life change and one I quite like. Nothing to do with trade. Our merchants are probably already in okay positions. We're collecting in a bit of a crappy node. Where is my other merchant? One is here. There is one in the English Channel. What's he doing? I don't know if that is achieving us anything. He might be better off over here, or even actually, I'm going to move him to collect from trade here instead. I believe that might make me a little bit more money. Trade is a bit complicated though, so I'm not going to explain that right now. There are whole videos on EU4 trade if you want to find one of those. Let's see, our ideas. We have morale of armies and +1 diplomatic relations to start with. That's nice. We end with goods produced, which is a lovely little modifier. Because goods produced makes a lot of money. Goods produced means you both get more production income per province, and there's also more money going into trade goods, which then makes more money for trade from you. Anyway, Order of the Golden Fleece. So we've got prestige when we've got a few ideas. Then Merc maintenance, Merc manpower, which is a new thing with the changes to mercenaries this patch. Discipline, trade efficiency, tolerance of heretics, and national manpower. I would say it's not the strongest idea set, but it's certainly a nice idea set. This is not particularly weak. We have 10% morale is not bad, 5% discipline is fairly standard for military nations, and 25% manpower is a lot stronger in this patch now that mercenaries aren't infinite. Okay, missions. We'll come back to that one again. We can form France or form the Netherlands. We're not going to be doing either of those. We have no policies to look at right now. Now what I could do is put up our stability now, and that might not be a bad idea because we have -20. Yes, we've got this guy, so that's -10, and we're calm, which makes it -20. Those two things could both change, so I'm going to grab that now. We don't gain anything particularly great from teching up in admin super early, but an extra stab is always nice. Okay, Defender of the Faith changed, so that's now a tiered system. Depending on how many countries there are in the world of a particular religion, that basically means whoever becomes the Defender of the Faith gets better bonuses. Resistance to Reformation, that's new. I don't know how that works. I guess we'll get to that. So I'll be learning as we go along here as well. Army. Oh, Philip III is a general. Okay, he's not a bad general either, so that's good to see. We are 6 under our military limits, so we probably want to recruit some men. This is the new Mercenary Tab. This is a nice little tab. My one criticism of it is as far as I can tell, there's no way to order this in particular orders, so I can't say find the cheapest mercenary company or anything like that. Oh god, the free company are awful. I mean, they cost nothing though. That's 10. Yeah, they basically cost the same as normal soldiers. Yeah, so you can see the cost of them in comparison to normal soldiers here. They're nice. These are nice little infographics with lots of things you can hover over to see more information about them. So my one criticism is, especially as you get larger, from what I can see, this will just become more cluttered and it'll be harder to find the mercenary companies you want. I'm not sure how they could improve it. I'm not a graphic designer, but that's what I don't like about it. Other than that, pretty great little system. I do very much appreciate the mercenary changes. Having not infinite mercs is definitely a good thing for the game, in my opinion. Army, yes, so we're going to recruit ourselves some soldiers. Let's go back to the normal soldier tab. We have 4 cavalry. 4 cavalry is what I like at the start of the game for flanking bonuses. Now this is a bit of an issue. We have our land split up and we can't easily get from one to the other. Plus Provence and France between us don't like us. Well, we don't like them anyway. I've instantly ran out of money because I bought those advisors. So we'll just have to take those 2 for now, because there's no need to take a loan, I don't believe. Our subjects are actually pretty happy with us. We want to get rid of Nevers first. So one thing we might want to do is send our diplomat to go and improve with Nevers. Another thing we do need to look at, which is a big change, is the estates. So the estates have been completely reworked. You can kind of see how it works now. You now, rather than having individual provinces owned by estates, there is this lovely little pie chart here, and that tells you how much you own of your land compared to the estates. So the clergy are this yellow bit, nobility are this pink bit, the bourgeoisie, I think that's how you say it, the merchants are the blue bit, and we own this bit, which is about 30% of our land. Unfortunately, that's not enough. We want to own at least, I think it's 30, it might be 33. But because we own too little, we are getting a bunch of nasty penalties. We just said we don't make a lot of money right now, and we're losing a 10% national tax because of that. So what we do want to do is just annoy all of our estates and take some of the land back. So that'll take this much percentage land off each of the estates. They're all going to be annoyed with me, and that's that. Now those bad modifiers are gone, we want to wait for their loyalty to tick back up, and then we can try taking some more land from them. Let's see, so that's selling, these are new to me, so well, I did read the dev diaries, but I haven't actually played with this properly yet. We can sell titles, so we gain a lot of money. Money right now would actually be really good, but I don't want to give them back land yet. That's something we could take advantage of later. So later, when we've seized back more land, we could then sell them some of the land back for bonuses, and that might be something we want to consider doing. What we can also do is summon a Diet, which is, I think the way this works is it gives you some missions. So all of the estates are going to gain some influence and loyalty, which none of them have too high influence right now, and their loyalties are low, so this is definitely something we want to do. And now we gain this, and I believe we have 3 choices, and each of them will be telling us to do a different thing, and we gain bonuses depending on what we choose to do. So, seeing as I imagine most people always just click through this, so in the favour of having read it at least once, because somebody has gone to the effort of writing the flavour text, the estates of Burgundy have proposed agendas for the summoned Diet. Favouring one of the estates here could have large benefits in the long term. The clergy bemoan the poor regard the Pope has for our nation. They call for us to reaffirm our standing as good Christians by solidifying our relations with Roma. The nobility see Picardy as an integral part of Burgundy and resent the fact that it is not entirely our own. They exhort... don't know that word. Sorry, a little bit dyslexic. Not technically dyslexic, but a little bit dyslexic. So you'll have to forgive me for stuff like that. They exhort us to secure the rest of the area for ourselves. The merchants... cheating. Requests that we invest in the prosperity of the city of Arras. Okay, so what do they actually want? Now we've got past the flowery words. So the clergy just want us to improve relations with the Pope. We could certainly do that. The nobility want us to take Calais, which could be difficult because that involves going to war with England. However, England may start a bad war with France soon because of the surrender of Maine event. That is a bit of RNG though, because we can't guarantee they'll do that. And the merchants just want us to increase the base production of a place. That gives us some money. The money would be nice. This gives admin power, which is nice. Or we could go with the Pope. Now, one thing that has changed is the Pope mechanics. So, For the sake of looking at new things, as conquest and admin are not new, and neither is dev or money, let's go with the Pope. So let's see. Mr. Pope Man, do you hate me? You don't hate me, good. Which means I can just improve relations with you, and once that has got high enough, we should fulfill that mission. Now, Pope mechanics, let's have a look. So these are still the same, you can get different bonuses. We don't control the papacy, so we can't select a bull. A bull is a bonus you give for everyone following the Catholic faith, but the papal controller selects it. They also need to use 200 Pope books. They don't have 200 Pope books yet, so they can't do that quite yet. Let's see, I think we're about ready now. Both my diplomats are busy, so I can't do anything with them. We've spent all of our money. We have been through all of the different things. Oh, add privileges. Let's see what we can do here. This is completely new to me. Oh, there's a blum in a lot of them. I might have to do this, have a read through these off camera and then choose one. We could... Now, these are... Say, none of our estates have particularly high influence. Influence only becomes an issue when it gets to about 100. So we can definitely give them all a privilege. I think choosing ones now that make them happy is definitely a bonus. But we want to make sure we are choosing things that actually benefit us right now. So we could give, for example, am I on the... oh no, I'm on the clergy right now. So we give the clergy a monopoly on wine. That will make them happy. It'll give us some upfront money, but we will lose our income from wine. However, considering I still need to build a couple of troops, a monopoly on wine might not be awful. It doesn't say anything about there being issues when I take it away. But I think giving them a monopoly on wine now would actually not be bad. Let's have a quick look through. Governing capacity, nah. Ooh, okay, so you do lose... So that is giving them land. I need to look at this. This is important, because we don't want to lose crown land. We just got rid of that bad modifier. So I don't want to accidentally give away more of our land. But yeah, looking through these, the only one here that appeals to me is monopoly on wine. So I think we're going to give that to the clergy for now. That'll give us a little bit of money, and that will allow us to just recruit those extra soldiers I wanted. Lovely. There we go. Now we're at force limit. What else do we... Oh, so we can actually give more privileges. We'll stick at 1 for now. Let's see what else we can do. Let's just not unpause this whole video. Let's see if I can get to 30 minutes without having unpaused the game. Just talking nonsense for 30 minutes. And if you're still listening and you've listened to 23 minutes of me talking nonsense so far, well done you. Clap, clap. Okay. Now that I've ranted a bit. General cost down would be nice. We'd lose army tradition right now. We do have 15 army tradition, so we would actually take the full hit from that. We could lose a bit of money and gain manpower. Wow, we need both money and manpower, so I don't see any bonuses to us really doing that. Right of console. That's interesting. So that gives them loyalty and just outright influence. Now, does their I don't know if their influence determines the bonuses they give us. I presume it does. We do need to be careful with how much influence we give them. Supremacy over the account. Estates can pursue agendas at any time. That's interesting. Oh, that's kind of a hard thing, because while we pick to improve relations with the Pope as our agenda from the Diet, but that, because I picked that one because I know I can achieve it. Strong duchies, that would be nice. Burgundy, we need vassals though, whereas I have PUs. We could just get straight up some more money. I don't know how the money given now compares to the money we would otherwise earn. I believe the money you get up front is the money we would earn over the next 10 years from whatever you're giving up. So if you're not going to expand, then it should be worth taking, so you also get that +1 mercantilism. However, if you're expanding, so if we were to gain extra iron and copper, we would still be giving up the income from that until this is over, but we would not, we wouldn't be gaining the benefits from it. So it's getting benefits early with the potential loss later on. I think just some more money, right? Because I'm probably not going to expand much in the next 10 years. I think more money right now would actually be really good for us. And then lastly, we have the merchants here. Is there anything different that I'm interested in taking from them? I just stabbed up, so diplomatic advisor cost would save us a little bit. I could just give them another monopoly, but that'd be boring. Let's save a little bit of money. We're going to lose 5 max absolutism. Not much of an issue. We will have to revoke it later when we have absolutism, but we don't right now. So we'll give them that. And okay, I think now I'm good. Oh, you know what? We're not going to unpause this episode because we need to look at our missions. Okay, so first off here we have integrate nevers. That just gives us some claims. So that's fine. Rumour has it that a puppet on the throne of, I think it's actually Nevers, is a practitioner of black magics. It wouldn't do to associate with such heresy. Nevers is better off brought into the fold. Words, James, you can do it. This makes our subjects like us more. This is something we need to look at. Because the claim on Lorraine is definitely important. Because if we take out Burgundian or Provence's 2 territories and Lorraine here, that will allow us to link up our territory, which is definitely something worth doing. We need to make friendly with the Pope. I'm technically already doing that. So, oh, and this English Alliance one, this one's fairly important, because the earlier we get this, the better. So, we cannot ally with England. One of the following must be true. Oh, so if we insult, we did rival England. I think if we insult them, that will trigger it. That seems to be the case. One of the following must be true. Allied with England, no. England rivals is rival to Burgundy. That is true. Has been insulted by Burgundy. Yeah, so we need to insult them. But for that, we need a diplomat. Is there anything else? I think we can't do anything else right now. I think maybe possibly build a navy. Oh yeah, I haven't told my navy what to do. You 3 light ships, please go and protect trade. Oh wait, cancel that. Oh sorry, Bordeaux. I was thinking I could send them to Champagne here, but I can't. That makes more sense. We are pushing trade up from here though, so sending them over there makes the most sense. We'll tell them to hide if at war. We don't have an admiral. So there we go, boats are done. Do we want to make a few more boats? We can make a few more boats, and that will help us push some more trade, but we don't have any sailors, so 1 more boat it is. Hey look, I unpaused. 28 minutes in, I'm going to finish the episode in a couple minutes. But we have unpaused the game. I think we've done well. Our diplomat is free, so we've paused the game again. We do want to get rid of Nevers when we can, however we have 10 years till we can do that. What we can do in the meantime is go to Mr. Lancaster here. Henry, the god that he is. Infinity, infinity, infinity in all of his points. And we need to say to him, Mr. Henry, sorry, I heard you shat yourself, and I'm going to tell everyone. There we go. Get some power projection in there. Did that not complete our mission? Did I misunderstand the mission? Well, possibly. Oh, I need to do... Okay, so I also need to... France rivals, or is rivaled by Burgundy. We did rival them, so that's fine. So we also need to insult France. France, I heard that you are fat and your mama hates you. And then we have completed our mission. We get improved relations, which is good. That'll help us, one, get up our relations with the Pope. And it will help with making sure all of our... Oh, of course someone has to call me while I'm recording. Actually, we're right near the end. So, seeing as we're at 30 minutes now anyway, and someone is trying to call me, we'll end the episode there. Next episode, we will see where we go. As I say, I don't have any particular plans straight off. We do want to make sure all of our subjects like us, and then we can make France's subjects not like them, and then they can be our subjects, and then we'll have lots of friends, and friends give benefits. Thank you for watching. I've been James Rose. Sorry for the abrupt end. I'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, have a very nice day. Bye-bye.